really cheesy, generic question.
Yeah.
Sad, happy. How do you feel about tonight?
About tonight?
Yeah.
I think it's like the right time. I think it makes sense, and the way we chose to do it, I think, is the only way that it made sense. Like announcing and then doing a bunch of touring, like keep going everywhere one more time and seeing everyone and like seeing all of our friends and like doing the show here in Milwaukee, like me putting it together, us picking our friends' bands, it being like a crazy team effort makes me feel good about it. I've honestly we decided we were going to break up like almost a year ago. So I've kind of had like this whole year to be like, if I'm going to be bummed, I'll be bummed. So I'm not really sad at all. And I'm not really like upset about it at all. I'm kind of just like, it's cool to have all my friends in one room right now. So that's what I'm vibing on right now. It's cool.
Awesome.
I'm having a good time.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then was it hard picking songs for tonight, or are you going to play?
Ooh, I mean, we're still in here like, like I got my little like Bluetooth thing out here. We're all like sitting here listening, like making sure. It's like on the last tour, I feel like we had a really good, like well-rounded set list of what we wanted to play. You know, it's playing some stuff from the demo all the way to a song off with regret, and then everything in between. And tonight we added 3 more songs to what we've been playing on the tour, and it's essentially all demo songs, just for like our handful of friends who are here that have, you know, liked the band for 8 years. So that's kind of, it's tricky picking it, but it was also some stuff just totally made sense. It was like, this has to be played. Okay, so let's just pick between these 2. Like, so it wasn't terribly hard.
Cool. Speaking of friends, was it hard choosing bands for tonight?
That was hard. That was like, there's always like a little part of me that feels guilty for like not asking certain friends, but then at the same time I have to be like, you have to be a little selfish with it. Like, this is my last show. Like, if there's any time that I get to be selfish, it's right now. So it's, you know, it's a lot of bands that we all like, or bands that I think really represent Milwaukee right, like the right way, like the kind of oddball that isn't necessarily friends with everyone on the show is like that band Delinquents. Like, they were definitely me being like, this is my like favorite, essentially local band. They don't like tour a ton. They don't do that kind of stuff. And they were my first pick for like having a local, because we were going to do that show yesterday, but then my venue got put on hold for a couple weeks, which was only Milwaukee bands, but they were the only Wisconsin band on the last show initially besides us. So adding Cross Me and Falter today, like there was no way it wasn't going to happen since yesterday got nixed. But, you know, there's some stuff like who's on tour, who, you know, stuff like that comes into play. Like, a lot of our friends tour full time. So some people, it was just like, oh, you're gone. Like, you literally can't play. Like, you had this tour figured out 6 months ago, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, it was, putting it together was fun. It was cool. A little nerve-wracking, a little like, you know, you feel bad not asking people, but it all made sense for what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And, like, it's only friends playing. Yeah, it's cool.
Since you guys have been, like, touring a lot, is there any tour memorabilia trying to split up between anybody? Or
memorabilia?
Yeah.
Not really. Like, I've had these, like, skateboard decks at my house. Like, we did, like, these skateboards one time, and everyone was kind of going through stuff yesterday, and they found them. And just because they're, like, these big things that no one ever took home with them. I mean, I guess that's, like, the closest thing. Besides that, like, if anyone wants stuff, they've grabbed it. You know, I got, like, a few, like, rare pressings of stuff at the house, but nobody really fucks with records, so they're probably just gonna sit in my house until like some random hits me up, like some friend of mine who really wants one. I just go, here you go. Like, I don't even care about records that much. Like, I think they're really cool and have a place within all of this, but I personally just don't collect records. So
yeah,
that's about the craziest memorabilia thing.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? Anything you want to say at all?
I want to go watch Bitter End.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I want to go do that because they've never played Milwaukee before. So I got to be in the house for it. It's great. Yeah. Bitter End's the show. The show is fucking sick. So I don't know where this is going, if I'm allowed to curse or not. So if I'm not, sorry.
That's fine.
But yeah, that's it, man.
Cool.
Hell yes.
Thank you. I'm Daniel, by the way.
Zach, nice to meet you. Chocolate
Thank you,
Gorman,
dude.
my dog.
Appreciate that.
Of course, bro.